So in the previous class, we have seen DNA fingerprinting and a process which is made up of several complicated techniques. So each and every technique which is used in the identification of a particular person, it involves several stages with different techniques. And the main concept is every human being is having his specific DNA sequences with which we can identify that person. It means 99.9% all human beings are having same DNA. 0.1% difference is there among every two different organisms, two individuals. Our forensic scientists, they wants to analyze this 0.1 differences with which accurately they can identify by analyzing 0.1% differences. Able to identify every individual accurately. So forensic scientists are responsible to analyze the 0.1 differences among individuals. So almost all human beings are having same DNA sequences. Only little small amount of DNA is different in these organisms. That what is different, they wants to analyze that difference by a method. That method is called DNA fingerprinting. Secrets. So here Alex Jeffrey identified various fragments are present in the DNA which are called mini satellites or microsatellites or repetitive DNA sequences which are of no use, but they forms the basis for genetic fingerprinting. It means that, for example, this is the DNA of one human being. This is the DNA of a person. DNA of B person, we have removed, isolated, and when we applied a particular restriction endonuclease enzyme which will cut the DNA with the same enzyme, if it is applied to this and this, it will cut. Where it will cut? Only those areas which are called restriction sites or recognition sites or repetitive DNAs, where our palindromic DNAs are there. Repetitive DNAs, they were flanked on both the sides by palindromic sequences specific. These palindromic sequences are called restriction sites, they will cut. And after the usage of this enzyme, after applying this enzyme, same enzyme for both the DNA, we will get different pieces. For example, this piece, first piece of this person, this may be first piece different. So first piece in this person is having only this much length, whereas first piece having more length. So the pieces or fragments which are made, they were not in same length, they may be differed. So two human beings, when they were having same DNA sequences, that is 99.9% same, 0.1 difference means when the same restriction endonuclease enzyme is applied to both the DNAs, they will not give the same fragment size, same fragment length, different fragments will be appeared. That is what specificity of every human being. So my DNA will have my own fragments, restriction fragment lengths, having VNTRs in my fragment. Like that, another person's DNA is having different length. Like that, no two individuals except monozygotic twins, they consist of same length. And that too, in this length, repeated sequences are variable. They were variable in number. All this is nothing but polymorphism. Poly means many, morpha means forms, many forms. So that is the main concept. So every human being will have its own DNA sequences. That too, variable number of tandem repeats are individual, specific for every individual. By DNA fingerprinting, we are going to analyze that. So concept of restriction endonuclease, it will cut only those areas wherever VNTRs are there, which are flanked by restriction sites. Restriction sites are nothing but enzyme action sites. Enzyme is going to act at that particular area and it will cut the DNA. It may be very number, it may be less number, or it may be second will be more. So in different chromosome 1, chromosome 2, chromosome 3, like that, in 24 chromosomes, these repeated sequences are there. And it was confirmed by Human Genome Project. Maximum portion of the DNA is having junk DNA or satellite DNA or repetitive DNA sequences, even though they does not code for any proteins, but they were specific for every human being. This is the main concept. Again, when we are going to separate the fragments by gel electrophoresis, electrodes, the energy present in the electricity, phoresis, separation to cross. So the molecules like amino acids or proteins, nucleic acids, nucleotides, they were having ionizable, they possess ionizable ions, they were having some charge, maybe negatively charged or positively charged, and they were allowed to separate from each other. So whenever we are sending the gel electrophoresis, it was given that small fragments move far, large fragments near wells. So small fragments, low molecular weight, high molecular weight. So small fragments of DNA which are moving far away from the well, having low molecular weight and length, very small in length, which are near the well, they were moving from negative to positive. Here positive is called anode. Electrodes. Separation. Now after this separation, we are going to cut it into single stranded with the help of alkanine. So out of the two strands, they become single stranded DNA, double stranded DNA. Here transfer of single stranded DNA onto a Y. The requirement is the gel is colloidal solid. So whenever gel is colloidal solid, it is fragile, easily become denatured, made into pieces. Fragile nature of gel, fragile in nature. So it is compulsorily we have to shift the single stranded DNA molecules from the gel to a solid support. Shift or transfer to a nylon sheet which is called solid support. This process is called like a ink blot, how it will blot up the fragments onto the sheet. Blot up the fragments onto the sheet which is called Southern blot. Southern blotting technique. Now exposure to this southern blot technique, already we have given color to get visualized in ultraviolet radiation. After shifting to the nylon sheet, they were present here. If this is positive, negative, here small fragments, large fragments are present. All are single stranded. Now hybridization process. What is this hybridization process? Again doubt comes. Hybridization means joining to the single stranded a double stranded as a hybrid. This is DNA molecule, another DNA. How? Radioactive substances, phosphorus 32. So labeled with phosphorus 32, single stranded DNA. Single stranded DNA are called DNA probe inquiry, which is going to inquire. What inquire? What are the VNTRs? What are these DNA probes? They were having complementary sequences, various configurations, various possible variable number of which are complementary to these. So in the laboratory they are prepared, maybe 4 or 5 or 6, 9, 10 types of probes are produced, and these probes are sending. When these probes with a radioisotope phosphorus 32 is labeled, they will go and attach to the complementary bases of these. Complementary basis of these. Now X-ray developed on this. Hybridization means with a known DNA probe, single stranded DNA is hybridized, means joined, attached. Now single stranded DNA molecules becomes double stranded DNA molecules. Now X-ray is developed. In the X-ray film, these bands, wherever they appear, dark bands in the X-ray film, after exposure to the X-ray, in the X-ray film, dark bands appear. These dark bands are having a characteristic nature. Every human being is having different bands, dark bands. So with that, we are able to identify this is the so and so human being's DNA fingerprint. This is so and so human's DNA fingerprint, which the process is called autoradiography. Radiography means tracing with the help of radioactive substances. Wherever radioactive substances are labeled, attached and forms bonds, we are able to get the print. This is called DNA fingerprint of a particular person. And according to the forensic sciences, accurately it is used to identify the disputed parentage or true or real biological father for a child. Biological father, biological mother, paternity and maternity test. And without any doubt, any sexual harassments or rape occurs, easy to identify the rapist without any doubt. Suspects may be so many, but only one will be whoever may be, by getting the vaginal swabs, by removing the and by following the. So my dear students, in molecular biology or molecular basis of inheritance, this is the last topic, DNA fingerprinting. With this, we have completed molecular biology. For a glance, if NEET oriented questions, various types of NEET oriented questions. They may be within the NCERT, just above the NCERT, just surroundings of the peri. So what is this? For example, we have studied molecular biology. From genetic material. What is genetic material? DNA or RNA. Then question comes, DNA double stranded, mostly in maximum, rarely single stranded DNA is present. And second point, RNA is single stranded, mostly, very rare double stranded RNA. So in DNA double strand, Chargaff's rule exists, present. So we can employ Chargaff's rule, that is best equivalence ratio. A is equal to T, G is equal to C, and AG is equal to TC, or AG and TC is equal to 1 in a given sample of DNA. But RNA does not follow Chargaff's rule. Why? Because RNA is single stranded. So because RNA is single stranded, it does not follow base equivalence rule, base equivalence ratio. For example, some questions we have seen. We have studied the structure of DNA. We have studied the search for the genetic material, various experiments. We have studied the properties of the DNA, salient features of the DNA double helix model proposed by Watson and Crick. Here, if in a DNA molecule, two 2000 base pairs are present, then identify the following. Hundreds of questions they can create, depends upon the mindset of the teacher, mindset of the paper setter, examiner. Or you can sit here in house and prepare your own models. Number of possible, from various publication books are available, NEET questions are available. Test your knowledge whether you are having the idea of it or not. A, number of sugars and phosphates present in that molecule. Number of N-glycosidic linkages present in that molecule. If in a DNA molecule 2000 base pairs are present, then simple answers you have to search from whatever you have studied, whatever you have listened, whatever you have practiced already. In a DNA molecule 2000 base pairs, solution for this question. 2000 base pairs is equal to 2000 into 2, 4000 nucleotides. Two 2000 base pairs is equal to, base pair means 2. 2000 base pairs means 2000 into 2. Total number of nucleotides 4000. So for option 1 answer, number of sugars, a nucleotide is made up of sugar, N2 base, phosphate. So every nucleotide is made up of a phosphate group, sugar molecule, one N2 base. It means if 4000 nucleotides are there, the number of sugars should be 4000. Answer. The number of sugars 4000. The number of phosphates 4000. B. The number of N-glycosidic linkages present in the molecule. Sugar plus N2 base. This is called N-glycosidic linkage. So one sugar is always having one linkage. So total number of sugars is equal to total number of linkages. Answer, N-glycosidic linkages should be 4000. So my dear students, simple analysis. One nucleotide is equal to made up of 3 structures: phosphate, sugar, and N2 base. If they ask questions like this, so they can prolong this question with asking various concepts: phosphodiester bonds, how many hydrogen bonds, this. So generally, if a question comes like this, the amount of sugars, phosphates, all are 4000 only, according to Chargaff's rule. In a given sample of DNA, if adenine is 28%, find out cytosine and number of hydrogen bonds in the DNA. In a given sample of DNA, adenine is 28, then find out cytosine amount and number of hydrogen bonds. Solution as per the Chargaff's law. A is equal to T, G is equal to C, and total is equal to 1 in a given sample. It means if adenine is 28, then thymine should be 28. Total 56. Then out of 100%, 56 means 44. GC should be 44 by 2. Guanine 22, cytosine 22. So adenine cytosine is 22. Guanine is 22. The concept hydrogen bonds. AT always having two hydrogen bonds. 28 into 2. 56. GC always 3 hydrogen bonds. 22 into 3. AT GC. Total number of hydrogen bonds. Total number of hydrogen bonds. So we are recalling the total wherever possibility of asking various types, whether a student understood it or not, in a position to do it individually or not, test for the knowledge. So in a given sample of DNA, if adenine is 28%, in a DNA strand, following, in the following DNA strand, a DNA strand having ATGC, TGC, ATGC, ATGC. So they have given one DNA strand, ATGC, 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 and they asked identify the complementary strand moving 5' to 3'. Identify the complementary strand moving in 5' to 3' sequences. They asked a question like this. If they asked a question, a DNA strand having sequences, remember, ends. Identify the complementary strand moving in 5' to 3' direction sequences, the sequences of the complementary strand. Let us start how to get answer for this. We'll take here same ATGC, 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 ATGC. Here TACG, 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 TACG. The direction is 5' to 3' they asked. So 5' to 3' direction. The direction is 5' to 3' direction. So the sequences should be (5' to 3' GCAT, 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 GCAT. So out of the 4 options, you have to identify only So 5 prime to 3 prime direction means taking this direction. Complementary strand 5 prime to 3 prime direction. And after the 4 options, this will be the correct option. Here, complementarity. The direction is, if it is 3 prime to 5 prime, this will be 5 prime to 3 prime. If it is 3 prime to 5 prime, 5 prime to 3 prime. So most of the students generally they will not show that particular interest to sit and to practice questions of these types. Unless you practice, you cannot get answer. The proportion of DNA nucleosomes in a eukaryotic cell having 2.4 into 10 to the power of 6 base pairs length. Concept is how many nucleosomes are there, or what is the length of the DNA. Based upon that, one nucleosome is equal to 200. So how much? 2.4 into 10 to the power of 6 by 200 gives 1.10 to the power of 4, or any possibility is there? Identify. Options will be given. Concept is based upon the in a single coil of DNA molecule. In a one complete term of DNA molecule, possible or average, on an average, how many purines may form? In a single coil of DNA, possible or on an average, how many purines may present? One coil is equal to 10 base pairs or 20 nucleotides, and always a purine bonds with a pyrimidine to maintain the width of 20 angstroms or 2 nanometers. So the distance of 20 angstrom it has to maintain. That's why always a purine, a pyrimidine, a purine, a pyrimidine, pyrimidine, purine. So in an average, in a coil, approximately or possible average, how many purines? That is 10 purines. If 10 purines are there, 10 pyrimidines. Total 20 nucleotides or 10 base pairs. in a single coil, possible number of hydrogen bonds. I wish to see in a single coil of DNA possible number of hydrogen bonds. 10, 20, 30, 25. They can give options, various options. In a single coil of DNA, possible number of hydrogen bonds. For example, in a coil, if all are ATs, so 10 ATs, 10 into 2, 20 hydrogen bonds. If all are ATs, if all, for example, 10 into 2, 20 hydrogen bonds. In a coil, if all GC 10 into 3, 30 hydrogen bonds. In a coil, all 10 GC. But in a coil, possibility, if 5 AT, 5 GC, 5 into 2, 10, 5 into 3, 15 total. My dear students, concepts of various thoughts in a DNA of a coil. If all are 80 possibilities, 20 hydrogen bonds, this will be the answer. If all are GC 30, this will be the answer. No chance for this. And what is possible? Possibility is, if in a DNA, if half AT, half GC, half means 5 ATs, remaining 5 GCs, 5 into 2, 5 into 3. So possibility of the correct option is out of the 4 options. And if the sequence of DNA coding strand, if in a coding strand of a transcription unit has following bases, following sequences. For example, what will be the sequences of found in mRNA? Coding strand, we know that what is coding strand? The strand which is not participating in the transcription, which is not forming the mRNA. Non-template strand, or it is called coding strand. So when the coding strand is given like this, what will be the sequence found in mRNA? They will give various options, various. Simple concept is mRNA and coding strand both will have same sequences except thymine. mRNA should have same so in the place of T only U, remaining all are same. That's why it is called coding strand, the strand of mRNA. My dear student, compulsorily remember this. You have to sit and practice various forms, various dimensions of asking questions, various. I am giving you some basic forms, simple. To recapitulate, you are in a position to identify it or not. In a coding strand of transcription unit has following sequences. Or they may ask a question. They will give DNA strand of a particular polarity, DNA strand of a particular polarity. They may give template or coding, and they may ask for the mRNA. So you have to give two answers. That if they give coding strand, you have to identify complementary, that is template strand and mRNA. If they give template strand, you have to identify complementary coding strand and mRNA. Now, if the sequences of codon on the mRNA is 5 prime to 3 prime, G, U, G. If the sequences of codon on the mRNA is, so this is mRNA. They will give options. What will be the sequence of anticodon of tRNA? So we know anticodon. So there is a chance of asking two questions here. They may ask what will be the sequence of anticodon of tRNA. Question number A, in 3 prime to 5 prime direction. They will ask options. Or question number 2, in 5 prime to 3 prime direction. Let us see this. If the sequence of codon and the mRNA is this, what will be the sequence of anticodon of tRNA? So tRNA anticodon we can draw like this here. For example, C, A, C, and this will be generally 3 prime, 5 prime, 5 prime to 3 prime, 3 prime to 5 prime. So in 3 prime to 5 prime direction, the anticodon should be CAC, or from 5 prime to 3 prime possibility. If the codon changes here, if we change, automatically anticodon changes. Listen, my dear students, I have given one common. This is second question. If the codon is AUG, I have not changed the third, I have changed the first one. AUG. Anticodon should be 3 to 5 prime. UAC. UAC 3 to 5 prime. Or if they ask question, what will be the sequence of anticodon of tRNA in 5 prime to 3 prime? If it is 5 prime to 3 prime, CAU. 5 prime to 3 prime. So while answering this type of questions, they may give several codons on the mRNA, 4 or 5 codons, and suitable anticodons they will give for tRNA molecules. You have to identify which mRNA is having anticodon in numbers. They have asked these questions previously in the previous NEET examinations, AAPMT examinations. In the translation process, my dear students, I am giving you very few simple one example only. Tens, 20s of modifications you can prepare. In the translation process, if the last tRNA is 26th numbered, in the translation process, if the last tRNA is 26th number, it has find out a total number of amino acids produced. B, total number of N2 bases on mRNA, total number of codons on mRNA, total number of peptide bonds in the protein formed, total number of nucleotides present in the DNA from which this mRNA is formed. So complexity of the question, my dear students, complexity of the question goes on increasing. In a single question translation process, if the last tRNA is 26th. So remember the process, UAA, here GGG, this is the last tRNA. It is having, its number is 26. So how many amino acid? 26 amino acids. Total number of amino acids minus 1, n minus 1, 26 minus 1, 25 peptide bonds. Total 26 codons plus 1 codon, 27 codons. 27 into 3. Total number of nucleotides. Total number of nucleotides into 2 DNA molecule. So only I am giving you for practice. If you sit, you will do all this to the best of my knowledge. We will go to the second next topic of the second year syllabus. Thorough with these two topics. All the best.